Hey Brent, how you doing, brother? Sorry, my computer's over there that I'm looking at the chat on. Posting a video every day. Are you becoming Ted? Yeah, that's the first thing I thought was, yeah, I'm posting the video every day just like Ted. And good morning to you. No, well, since the Headrush thing, I've been kind of playing a lot with the whole NAM profile stuff. And so I've been really busy the past couple of days, but no, I don't know if you guys can hear me or not, but I mean, it looks all right on my end. Okay, good deal. Good deal. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe YouTube traffic. I don't know. It could be YouTube traffic. But yeah, I was building around these NAM profiles, and this one I got is a Friedman with a tube screamer, and I added basically it's got a built-in EQ and a noise gate, but I don't like the noise gates that are built into them, so I added my own and just shut them off, and then a bit of reverb on this one and some delay and stuff. But yeah, man. I mean, it's yeah, I was really busy. I'll give you that. I've been shooting videos and editing, and I've had guitars in here like crazy to fix, and then all of a sudden, Headrush is like, "Hey, guess what? You can have damn profiles now." So, but yeah, done the Friedman amp, which is an amp that Headrush offers, but it with this NAM profile, it was like a one click and done kind of thing. Put a little spring reverb in there. This mechanic, is it Mike? I think it's Mike. I have a hard time remembering names, brother. I'm sorry, but Mike. This is a Donner DMT 100 that I bought off of Amazon for, I think it was $160. And basically, what I did was I took the tuners out because I didn't really care much about the tuners, and one of them had a lot of give in it, and put in a set of Ed locking tuners. And I took the pickups out and put in some Safu Seymour Duncan Invader clones. Uh, Really, really good guitar. I call it, well, because of what? Because of our buddy Brant here, I named it the Purple People Eater. He thought that that was fitting for this guitar. So yeah, that's what I ended up calling it. But yeah, I'm going through just trying out some of these. Man, this update is just it's crazy. It's blowing my mind. I don't I can't. Mike. Okay, I thought it was Mike. I thought it was. I can't. It's hard. Once I say your name like a half dozen times, I'll get it. And but anyway, I am uh going through some of these, and there's some really really cool amps in here. I thought I had a bunch before, but geez, like 500,000 files to pick from. This is a Fender Deluxe Reverb. I don't know how loud this is going to be. I usually have to turn the volume down just a little bit. There we go. Yeah, Fender Deluxe Reverb. And I guess this is just a stock amp. Yes, Brant, I can. And it's a disappointment. I wanted to show it off to J Man. I really did. But no, it's a bit. As a matter of fact, I'll search it. I even pulled up the Synergy Z-Rec, and his sounds so much better. I just commented on his video that he did where he was putting together his gear, and yeah, it's not good at all. So let's go back. Let's do, yeah, right here we go. Dr. Z. Yeah, it's not going to. Let's do with no space. Z-Rec for the full rig. No, that's not going to do it. I did try it, and I was like, I was disappointed. I was really disappointed. I was like, man, come on. And here is, this isn't the Z-Rec. Whoever put the other file up must have took it down. Yeah, it's kind of, I don't know. They had the Synergy one up here, but whoever uploaded that file must have took it down. Some of them sound pretty good, but they're, you know, I've got to have one of those Synergy preamps and modules. It's just all there is to it. I hear Andy Griffith. My daughter likes watching Andy Griffith. You'll hear that probably in the background. She likes Barney. Of course, we all do. I like watching Andy Griffith every now and then. I'm in an awkward position. Here we go. I haven't played that one in forever. Been a long time since I played that one. Yes, Don Knotts is the best. I wonder what. I wish that guy hadn't took that down. I was going to show you. I was going to show you the file for that. Now, granted, these files are not all. No, they're not all that great. About 75% of them sound awesome, but the other 25% usually not all that great. Let's see. Let's go down. I found one earlier. Maybe it was this one. I think it might have been. There's some really good clean tone rigs on here, man. It's just this this has opened so many doors. Like it's not even funny how many doors that this has opened up. What is it? This one I can't remember. I know I downloaded it and built a rig out of it, but but there was one that I pulled up earlier that was just massive. Uh, Massive clean tone. There's one. Such great great tones, and just at the click of a button. Let's see. Let's try this one. See what that sounds like. A little bit lower. But yeah, this is some crazy stuff. I'll show you some of the ones that I had actually pieced together. Let's go back into the rig. This is one that I put together for just straight. Let's turn that up just a little bit. Hey, Jack, how's it going? Appreciate you stopping by, brother. But yeah, I got this one earlier, and basically, this is what it sounded like. Um, just the stock NAM file, and that's a Friedman, and it tells Friedman with a tube screamer R121 with V30 Celestian speakers in it. Hey, there's Timmy. How's it going, brother? So, but anyway, that I don't know where the noise is coming from. But anyway, that's where, that's just the NAM file is a Friedman. And that was a full rig NAM file. So basically, you got the Friedman with a tube screamer going through a 412 cab with vintage 30 Celestians. So what I did was I come in and made a few adjustments to the EQ that was on board for that NAM file. And so after that, I decided, well, it needs some reverb. I'm going to put some chorus and delay in there, maybe make like a lead tone out of it. And so this is with the reverb, and I helped it out with an EQ just a little bit. So I've got a good high gain rhythm, sort of, And of course, this is by far not the best high gain rhythm, but I do like it. Lots of chugalicious. And so I added the spring reverb to it. And so I decided, well, I want to create scenes to where at the stomp of a button on the Headrush, I could change from rhythm to lead. So I added the chorus and delay, and this is what I get with that. Cheeto, what's up, brother? Chris says, if you're not first, you're last. Cheeto, you lurk all you want to, brother. I'm just having fun going through some of these NAM files on this Headrush update. Oh no, his work mat fell apart in the dryer. Oh man, that's not cool. Oh, it's kidding. Okay, I get it. I get it. But yeah, anyway, so I took that same rhythm and I added a chorus and a multi delay to it and come up with this tone. So yeah, that's what I got going on right now is just building rigs around these NAM files and stuff. Uh did I miss the Soldano? No, you did not. I'm actually going through and checking out some of those. But hang on just a minute. Let me close the door. There's a lot of country music coming from the other room, and I'm afraid the rock gods are going to strike me down. So I better shut off some of the sound, Turn on the fan, get some airflow going. But yeah, we don't want to make the rock gods angry. And if you guys are wondering why I keep looking over here, it's because this is where the laptop that's controlling the live stream is sitting. I hear Chattahoochee. I use it to limber up in the morning, old knees, Well, I tell you what, my back has been out for the past couple of days. I have, for Sunday, I got up and the first thing I did was, no, Saturday, I got up and the first thing I did was flipped on the Headrush, realized that the NAM, the Tone 3000 update come through. So I was like, yeah, man, this is where it's at. This is what I'm going to do. I'm ready for this. So without even checking it out, the first thing I did was flip on a camera and started recording. And so I got it out, and I guess it's a good thing I got it out early because right now, and it went live Sunday morning. So Monday morning, Tuesday morning. It's been 2 days, and that long form video has gotten 3,000 plus views, and I've gained some subscribers from it. So a lot of Headrush users, I figure out there that was waiting on what was going on with it and stuff, and then I shot another one building rigs around these NAM profiles, and I put that video out, scheduled it to upload this morning at 7, and it's not doing all that great. Of course, by now it's been 4 days since the update. There's probably 4,000 videos out there showing different things. So it wasn't really that video was basically just put out to show, guys in our community that, what's going on and stuff. And I wanted to do all that today because tomorrow, this old boy is going to be about an hour and a half away getting a needle stuck in each one of my eyeballs. So tomorrow and part of Thursday, I'm not going to be able to do any editing, videoing, or anything like that because I ain't going to be able to see all that well. Have to have that done every 3 months, and it sucks. Any of you want to know what it's like, you ought to give it a try someday. You got off from work, and you're just curious. Just travel to Nashville, Tennessee, and have a doctor stick needles in your eyes. Okay, so Timmy, the red Soldano. Let's see. Let's go to cloud. I'm going to search Soldano. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, it was this one. Let's go down here. Nope, it wasn't that one. That's the SLO 100. It was this one. No, that's the clean. Oh, no, it's this one. See, Brant, this is what I was talking about. They have the synergy, and people are taking those modules and putting them in there and capturing those and putting them up as NAM files. And they sound really good. I mean, like the original stuff, you know. Yeah, man, I feel that, Chris. I'm telling you. A PV Triumph 120 head. Got anything like that? Yeah, maybe. Let me search it. I thought they make an amplifier that's named Madison, and my daughter's name is Madison, so I thought I want to check that out. That's the one amplifier that I have not found on this yet. I don't know if it's just because nobody likes them or what, but anyway. Timmy, this is the Soldano Crunch. This is the red overdrive. Little bit of feedback on that. Oh, cool. You got to send me pictures of that, man. Let's see. Cheeto. Let's look and see if they have the PV Triumph. 120. They got the 60. They got the PV Invective 120. Let me see what the 60 is a combo. Let's see what that sounds like. Gain to 10. Oh, this should be interesting. So apparently they do not have the Triumph 120 yet. That's not. Let's take Triumph out for the names. They may have it under some other file. No, there's got a lot of PV 5150 and stuff like that. Yeah, 6505. Yeah. Ooh, PV 6505 with an 808 tube screamer. Hmm. Oh, yeah. This ain't gonna have much low end in it. Well, a little more than I thought, anyway. Okay, I'm downloading that. Download and click. It is downloaded. But yeah, that's 3J Jim in the house. Hello, Steve. Actually, Steve, it is a well, it's my Headrush. I mean, the Headrush felt. This is just how I connect. This is oh, well, let me explain. The Headrush has Wi-Fi capability. So basically, when I turn it on, it automatically hooks to my Wi-Fi. So then I get on my laptop and I can go to the laptop and I can go into Headrush FlexPrime.local and it finds my Headrush through the Wi-Fi, and then everything I can do on the Headrush, I can now do on a bigger screen. So I usually, because I got old man eyes, I usually do it like this. It's a little easier to do, but it's all the same as it would be on the screen on the Headrush. So yeah, that makes it a whole lot easier. But I don't necessarily need that. But now it like everything is on the Headrush. It gets updates probably about every 4 to 6 months. I don't know why, but I'm kind of glad because right at the point where you think that you can do everything there is possible with a Headrush, they come out with some kind of update that just blows your mind. Like now with this update, I have a drum machine built into the Headrush, but with it, I could never access it on here before. But now when I go to here, it's got the drum tab and I can go through all these different kits, and there's way more than that, and all the different styles, tempos, patterns. You can have 4 parts to every song, 4 different drum sections to every song. It's just, it's crazy what this thing will do. And it's just unbelievable. And so I was glad that they added that because my thing with playing along with the drums is I had to go to the actual Headrush and had to go through all that on the display that's on the Headrush Flex Prime. But now I can do all of it here. It's a whole lot easier to navigate and everything. So, and then, like I said a minute ago, you can get in the cloud. You can either search the cloud that they have, which people are already starting to upload NAM files to, or you can go to any one of these. You know, they have thousands and thousands of rigs, amps, and all that stuff. Actually, to be exact, there is 14,048 results for the Headrush Cloud. I've not uploaded anything there yet, but I got a couple of rigs I'd like to upload. And then you can go down here to Tone 3000 and you get hundreds of thousands of results on that, different files and stuff. Yeah, I seen that comment, Cal. I don't really. I watch Glenn his channel from time to time, but he just comes off to where he just rants about everything. And if he says anything good at all, that's a product you need to get your hands on. I can't believe he actually said anything good about the Headrush. He always finds something wrong with everything. To play, yes, it is. It is a great time to play electric guitar. Yeah, and that's what I'm looking at now. Actually, you can get A1 and A2 files. So if I go, let me see if I can find a. There's 212 combo, 6505, PV 6505, high gain. Oh, 1992 PV block letter. So let's check this one out. Let's see if it has. Da, da, da. Yes, see, and the top, which you guys can't see, but this file right here is the A2, the NAM A2, and the bottom one is the NAM A1, which by my ear through these monitors is very minimal difference. I don't know really yet. I've not really looked into it enough to know what the difference between the two is. But I really, at this point, I don't care. I just play them. If I like them, I like them. If I don't, I don't. If they mess up later, I just find something else. Let's see. Tone Yeager says the Headrush Prime can run NAM A2 natively following the firmware 5.10 update. Headrush added full support for the Neural Amp modelers A1 and A2 architectures across their multi effects line. Hey Timmy, I appreciate it, brother. I just wanted you to hear what some of this sounded like. Google said that, not me. Hey, I go to Google for a lot of stuff. You guys probably don't know it, but I'm a doctor. I go to Google and I've got a doctor from Google University, a doctor from Google University. But yeah, so like these two, let me try. Let's do the A2 first and see what that sounds like. Oh, I'm sorry, I have my hat mic on. Hold on. So yeah, that I to my ear, I can't really tell much of a difference. Uh, but I mean, it's I've been sticking with the A2 as far as the rigs that I've been building. Uh, well, Cheeto. Hang on, just a second, Cheeto. I just sent you an email with a Google Drive folder. It's NAM A2 that made with my drive and EQ chain before it. It does need an IR behind it. There are some good ones in the folder. Okay, good deal. I appreciate that. I'll put that to work. Uh, and I've got a ton of IR. And back to you, Cheeto. I'm going to tell you something that is kind of disheartening, but I want you to know before you start getting a headache. I know with the Velton GP50 done me this way, and it just absolutely drives me nuts. I hated NAM before all this. As a matter of fact, when I flipped on my camera Saturday for the video that came out Sunday, I flipped on my camera to just do a rant, and that's what I was going to do. But Headrush made it so easy. It's just so easy on the Headrush because Tone 3000 and Headrush combined, so you get all of that on board the actual pedal. But you couldn't do that with the Velton series, the GP series, the 100, the 50, whatever. It would make you have to download that file from Tone 3000 to a computer. Then it's a compressed file. Then you have to unzip that file. Then you have to send that file to the software on your computer that happens to be running whatever device you've got plugged into that computer. So that was the whole reason why I hated NAM, because the Headrush came with the Headrush Cloud. I could search anything, Bob Dylan's guitar tone, I could search that in Headrush Cloud before the NAM, and there would be lists of people that is mimic that tone, and you just pick the best one that sounded the closest, and that's what you went with. But now with this, I have that many more options. So I'm not familiar with the Sonic Cake device. I've not messed with them, but I will say that if it's anything like the Velton series, it's going to be a headache. It was for me, especially if you're not really tech savvy when it comes to computers and stuff. And I like to think that I am, but there's sometimes computers make me look stupid. Oh, you're all right, man. You're okay. Yeah, I should too. I should too. Oh, Cal's running off. Later, Cal. Love you, brother. Uh, Chris says, I'm stupid AF. Well, I'm telling you, man, these computers and stuff it's just insane. It really is. But I was into computers before the internet was born. And I remember being in high school and telling our computer teacher we had 9 computers around this table. And we were, taking this computer class, and the teacher kept talking about the internet. Pretty soon we're going to be able to connect to people all over the world. You can do your banking online, do your whatever online. You can do this and that and everything else. And he said, what do you guys think about that? And I told him, I said, well, I think that it's probably going to be a disaster for a lot of people. And he asked me why. And I said, well, while you're sitting here talking, Computer 6 is sending answers to question number 4 on the test that you give us to computer number 4. And computer number 7 is gossiping about what's going on to computer number 3. It's like all I see is, bad things. And of course, I was right. Stolen identities, stolen accounts, money, all that stuff. But then there is a lot of good that comes from it. So, I would like to think more good than bad, but I don't think that that's entirely true. So now we're back to the Headrush interface on the computer. This is basically the screen that you see on the Headrush pedal itself, which is over here. You guys can't see it. But that is almost a direct replica of what is on the Headrush now, because they've added, some of the stuff to it. But I've gotten some. I've done. Let's see. I've done the Friedman. I really like it. I've created a rhythm and a lead with that. Uh, in the video that I done that came out this morning, I looked for a Hughes and Kettner. I used to own a Hughes and Kettner tube amp and loved it. Absolutely loved that thing. And this was let's see if I can remember what the name of it. It was the TV20, and I used to love that thing. And this one was amp only. This NAM file was just amp only. So anyway, let's go to I don't know how much of that y'all are going to hear. I've got the volume kind of down on it a little. So I was happy with that one. Hey, Jim. Ah, crap. Guys, I've got my wireless system is giving me trouble. I've got some more on the way. If I can keep Amazon from losing my stuff, I've had to do 2 returns this week. But yeah, Jim, thanks for stopping in. Let's see. Yeah, and I'm with you, Chris. I use AI for quite a bit of stuff. You guys probably don't realize this, but I've done on a couple of videos now. As a matter of fact, the one that I done this morning, I wrote a rhythm track and I was trying to work around that track to see what I could do to add to it. But I'm not good at writing anything but guitar riffs and bass riffs. I'm no good at writing drum tracks or anything like that. So I fed that into Suno, and which allowed me to play Suno as a backing track, that certain track, and then me play along with that. So now I have an unlimited amount of backing tracks for my videos because I can do that every time, But I don't mind AI, until AI starts trying to take over. That might be a problem. But I mean, Dean Nostalgia. No, I don't, Cheeto. I don't know if I'd ever even played any of those. Yeah, and this is it right here. AI is a great tool, especially for, video creation and music creation. Now, doing AI and then claiming that you're the one that like say you're in a band and you create a song with AI and you put it out there, and then you put it out there and say, "Hey, me and my band done this." That's not cool. you know, but still you can use AI to figure out what's going on, what your drummer needs to do, what the bass player needs to do, and stuff like that, and then do the song yourself, you know. But I don't know. It's just that's such a touchy subject. Let's see. I have this is a Friedman. Oh, Diesel. I did get a Diesel NAM file. This one's pretty brutal. That one's really tight. I'm sure, and I'm sorry about the volume, guys, but anyway, let's build a new rig. So we'll start out with an empty chain. You guys can see that there is 14 blocks to choose from here. So we'll go about the middle and we'll add a NAM file, which is right here, and then load NAM file. And let's go with right here, Tone 3000. And let's see what I've got, because I can't even remember what I've downloaded now. I've downloaded a bunch of stuff. Wagner, that's a pretty good one. The Carvin. Oh, yeah. Chris, you'll like this. They got all kinds of different styles of carving in there. This one is the Carvin V3, I think. And but it's got a Mesa Boogie 412 and a Maxim TS808 overdrive. So let's put that in there. See what that. Now this is without adding anything to it at all. Let's see. We're about halfway. This is just the NAM file. This is nothing. Well, I tell you what we can do. Let's just go ahead. I'll move the EQ to my preferred settings. I want the mids to be just a bit rich, the bass down a little, and the treble down. And let's shut the gate off and add our own gate. That's the only gripe I've really got about this, is the gate kind of sucks. So I usually just add the gate from the Headrush because it does so much better. There we go. No noise at all. And let's do our output down some. Sounding kind of out of tune. Let me check my tune a little bit. I've been beating on this guitar for a couple of days now, so I don't know. Yeah, I'm out just a little. Okay, now we're back in. Let's see. Path capture. I'd appreciate any feedback. I'm trying to learn and improve on capturing with tone mix and NAM. Hey, man, you know what? I don't know if I can send that. I don't know if I can send that to, let me check. Let's do mail. We'll check it out real quick. A2 capture. John, search. Okay. And drive. Okay. And let's go here. Okay, and all right. IR NAM captures and ToneX captures. Let's see if I can get these. Let's see if I can get these to organize. Download and download and okay, I've downloaded all three of them, but I don't know. I'll have to figure out how to introduce those into the Headrush. Let's see. Let's go to my file docs. Nope, not there. Files. Downloads. Okay, I've got it. Yeah, it's a zip archive. Yeah, I'm going to have to do that at another time, but I will do that. And I'll try to put it, try to get it to download onto the Headrush and, see what I can do with it there. But those are a zip file. I might even be able to, if you've not, upload them to the Tone 3000 website. And if I can do that, then, what you might want to do it for that matter. That way you've got, it's in your name, because if I do it, it'll be in my name. And I don't want to, take any credit away from you or anything like that. But usually the Tone 3000, really all you need for that website is just to create or just to enter your email address. And I've got like a junk email that I send to all the places that I know might send me junk email, which that one I wished I'd have sent to my regular email. But yeah, either you can do that or I can do that, either one. And then from there, we could try it out and see what's going on. I've got a couple that I want to upload. I really want to capture this Carvin X100B is what I want to do. I want to get the Carvin captured and put up into that, but I need a what's called a load box in order to capture it. And I've got two SM57s on it now. And so I can get like top left speaker off axis, bottom right speaker on axis, or vice versa, any one of the four out of the cab. And then I can do the clean channel and I can do the dirty channel. I can do it with overdrive, and just do a bunch of captures for this Carvin, because when I was looking at the Carvins, I didn't see any for the X100B. And that's the only thing that I need to get a load box, because I think that, there's not a lot of these amplifiers left, especially working, so I need to actually capture that so people can enjoy that throughout the world. But that's the Carvin V3. Um, an awesome, awesome amp. It does need a little bit of reverb, and we'll put a spring reverb in there, and let's do the triple mixed, and let's turn our decay way down because we don't want a lot. We just want that tone in there. And the twang, we'll turn that down to about right there. We'll turn the mix down to about right here. And the width, let's leave the width. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that sounds good. I'm a high gain nut, guys. I apologize. I will, here in a little bit, dig through some of the other stuff. They've got the Fender Bandmaster on the Tone 3000, and say a name each rig, and I can call this the Carvin V3, or I tell you what, BCG. Carvin V3. There we go. A little ode to my brother Chris here. And then that's saved like that. And I can upload this rig back to the cloud or back to Tone and 3000, and other people can download it. But you know what I want to do? I want to try it out. Let's see. Let's go back. Hey, Dr. Kramer. What's up, brother? See, and Steve, how much do you... Sorry about that. Guys, I am getting another wireless system. And both of mine are going out at the same time. This went out all together. So I do not recommend the Flatsons. You'll get probably about, I don't know, 6-8 months out of them. And from all of this right here, they go bad. And there's no way this is molded, because I was going to get in there and take it apart and resolder the wires, because the problem is that the ground usually comes off, and I'm having the same problem with this one. It's been soldered twice already, and it's getting to where it's starting to give me more problems. But Amazon is losing their minds, because I pay for Prime, because I'm a guitar tech. That's what we do. We work on instruments, and I have to order parts. And with Prime, I can get most of my parts, like 80% of them, within just a couple of days. And it's a nightmare. It's an absolute nightmare to have to have a guitar that's got to be fixed and got a deadline on when it needs to be fixed, and it has to have a part replacement, and you order the part, and then all of a sudden your tracking disappears, and you get this message, you contact your local so-and-so, we've lost the tracking to your package, and da-da-da-da, and then you got to do a refund. And then Amazon is, I don't know why, but they've given me so much trouble this time. But I had some new wireless systems ordered, and so I did do a refund, and it's supposed to go through today and everything. And then I've ordered more to come in, but it's going to be a couple of days for that. Hey, Sparky, what's happening, brother? Yeah, I'm sorry, man. I just kind of done this on a whim. And Brant, thank you for coming in. I really appreciate that, brother. I didn't think many people was going to show up at all today. But, I just, I've been so excited about this whole NAM thing that I thought, well, if I'm going to go through and look for tones, then I might as well do it with all of my friends. I do have to. Most of these volumes are set pretty even with each other on all these files, but all of them are louder. I always have to turn the headrush down when I'm checking them out. But let's go through and see what else we can find. I can't believe that I can't find that Z-Rec that I spotted. This is a dual rec. Z-Rec Fuzz, Z-Rec Samples. Yeah, it's not on there now. Whoever put that up must have took it down. Let's see. There is a lot. What? This starter pack. See what all this has in it. Oh, it's just got different band tones is what it's got. Oh, here's one, Plexi Clean. That's okay for a clean tone. There's some really good clean tones in here. 1966 Marshall, 1962 Bluesbreaker JTM with the G12 speakers. Let's see. Oh, it's got a crunch. I was hoping for a clean tone on that. down just a little. Let's see. There's a ton of different. I mean, it's just unbelievable. They've got, and I thought that I've seen just about everything to see when it comes to amplifiers and stuff, but no. Here is a Fender 64 Deluxe Reverb all tube combo amplifier inspired the original 64 blackface Fender. It features 2 channels, normal and vibrato, and 12-inch Jensen C12Q speaker, spring reverb, and tube-driven tremolo. So let's see what this sounds like. See, that don't have enough volume on it. Some of them are just loaded down with high ends. Hey, here's Ted's amp. Well, one that looks like his in all of his live streams anyway. See what this one sounds like. It's got a crunch on it. Let's see. It's not a bad one. I'm telling you, it's crazy. Well, I'm glad to hear that, Sparky. I have to go tomorrow and get shots in my eyes, so that's going to put me out of commission for, well, pretty much all day tomorrow and part of Thursday before I get able enough to walk out into sunlight again. Okay, Rickenbacker F-Series Electro. Huh. Let's find out. Rickenbacker. No, nothing. Well, wait a minute. Maybe I spelled that wrong. Let's try with an E. No. Let's try the F-Series Electro. No. Electro. Electrovox. That's the only one they got. It doesn't say anything about Rickenbacker, though. Wonder what this sounds like. Well, that's not too bad. Volume's down quite a bit on it. But yeah, they ain't got that one. See, I am running into stuff that, some of us older guys that we used to like to play back in the day. Well, thanks, Cheeto. I appreciate that, brother. Yeah, it's this little studio has been a dream of mine for a long, long time. I've always wanted just a little space to where I can play guitar, I can work on guitars, and and this is kind of a, and then being able to get just about like 95% of the tones in the world. It's kind of impressive and everything. So, but yeah, I appreciate that. Well, not happy about the shots in your eyeballs, but about the M stuff, yeah. Yeah, I don't know anybody's happy about that. I get to keep my vision, so that's one good thing about it. Thank you, Sparky. I appreciate that, brother. I will tell you this: it's not. I'm so used to it now that well, my doctor he has a numbing procedure where you do not feel the shot at all. He always makes me look away from the shot when I get them, and so you don't feel the shot, but like the minute you leave that office, the numbing starts to wear off, and then comes the soreness, and then comes the blurry vision, and then comes the can't be out in the daylight, especially if you had your eyes dilated. And basically, what I do after those visits is I just come home and go to bed. And because sleep, I found, is the best possible thing for that. And but I need them because without them, I have aneurysms on my retinas, and without that shot, they will bust, and the inside of my eye fills up with blood, and it's like looking through a black cloud. You just can't really see anything, and it takes months and months for it to go away. So, yeah, that's it's. I'm gonna text Casey a bunch of blurry pictures over the next. You just Cheeto, that's why I love you, man. You got my sense of humor. I told my doctor when 1936. That's probably why it's not in there. Ain't nobody got one that's been able to capture. Uh, I told my doctor the first time I ever went down there to get shots, and my doctor, he was like, "We're going to have to do this, this, and this to you," and I'm trying to explain what you're going to have to go through and da 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 and everything. And I was like, "Look, man, do what you got to do. I can't stand not knowing if my wife is fake making faces at me." And he leans in and says, "She is." No, I beg to differ, Sparky. My dream studio is about 12 foot wider and about 12 foot longer. But the thing about the thing about this is the fact that I don't want more room, if that makes sense, because if I have more room, I'll have more guitars. And right now, what I've got like 21 guitars, and that's not including the customer guitars. There's about 5, 6 of them back here, but I've got 21 guitars, and it's a lot to keep up with, and 21 is about my limit. As far as, because I like to take them off the wall and dust them, make sure the strings are good, and all this stuff from time to time. I make my rounds with them, and it's almost too much. But I do. This is my man cave. I call it Obscene Studio because it's obscenely small, but it has to be really. So so sorry you have to go through that, but yeah, the alternative is worse. Yeah, it is. You know, I'll give up a day or two once every 3 months in order to keep my eyesight. Yeah, I was there with you, Chris. I was there with you. Back then, I was like, you know, we just had fun with it. Nowadays, people do it for medicinal purposes, and I'm like, what the crap? Why do you use it for medicinal purposes? But it wouldn't help the situation that I'm in. I've not touched that stuff in decades. Yeah, Cheeto gonna send me some blurry pictures. What's wrong with y'all, huh? Let's see. Oh, yeah. Uh, the one rig that I built. I have to show you guys this. I built a rhythm and a lead rig, and let's see, which one was it? I think it was the Friedman. Yeah, I believe it was the Friedman. Yeah, it was this one. This I love this rig. The Friedman, it was a good capture. And let's see if I can go and find my. I have a lead track that I play to. You guys probably heard it once or twice already, but I started using it in some of the backing tracks on my videos. But I love this rig because it just sounds so good. And where is it? Where is it? Not there. Let's go to the top. Go down. Ah, there it is. We'd turn off this ad. There we go. Turn the volume up just a little bit. And skip. And this one I built with the Friedman, and it's got a cab. Most of the time when I build a rig, I build them like I would if I was running a pedal board. I'd put my overdrives, compressors, noise gates, and stuff in front of the amp. And then after the amp, between the amp and the speaker, I would put time-based effects, reverb, you know, chorus, whatever, phaser, whatever I'm using, EQ. So on this one, I put, I have the reverb. Now this is just high gain rhythm. Just high gain rhythm. And then I've got a chorus. And then I've got a delay. And then with that, I can play along to songs like this. Let's see, I think it was about right here in the song. So it's not as good as the other tone. I'm still working on that. I need to add some stuff to it. It's a bit chimey. So yeah, I still got to work on that. But I mean, it's a good start and it's a great amp. I love Friedman's. I guess that's the one of the perks of living alone. I can use my whole house for a studio. Yeah. Uh, believe if my wife was still with me, I would never get away with Marshall amps and guitars all over. Yeah. Hey, I feel it. That's why I've got this room, that I turned into a studio. Believe it or not, all of this used to be her sewing room. Uh, that's what this was for a long, long time. And it was she used it for a while, and then it started becoming, instead of a sewing room, it started becoming a um, storage room for her sewing stuff. And then basically what happened after that was, oh, I'm sorry guys, my back's about out on me. What happened after that was, hey, Timmy's back. What happened after that was is I got the Carvin X100B, and I in our bedroom, we have, like, our bedroom's probably the biggest room of the house, and I had it in there, and I got to where she needed that space for something, and so I took it out into our living room, which is just about as big as our bedroom is. And I started had a little music wall in the living room, which my wife loves to hear me play, so she didn't have a big problem with it. She thought she was okay with it. And so basically, after that, one day she just said, I guess either she got tired of, I started getting more stuff, and I guess she either got tired of seeing it all in there, or I don't know. But anyway, she says, hey, maybe you can have the sewing room. This used to be my son's bedroom when he was living at home. And I was like, for real? And she said, yeah. And I was like, okay, but you know what's going to happen. And so I'd already shot my first YouTube video. Now, this was almost 2 years ago. I'd already shot my first YouTube video in the living room at the time. And my very next video, I was set up in here. And so it just grew from there. I mean, if you went through all my videos from the start until now, you could watch how everything changed. But my wife, she's a good one. She really is. I mean, to put up with what I put up with, and or what I do and my music and stuff. But if she didn't care much about music, I guess I would probably be in trouble with all this stuff. But it is small, and I've been thinking a lot lately. I've changed some stuff. I had I've got into the whole mini amplifier thing, the Soldano amplifier that I've got. Man, that thing is impressive. Uh, I did a video on miking with two SM57s that you guys will see that coming out. And I've been blending those mics with the Carbon 412 cab. So to get the best overall tone out of the cab, and running the little Soldano mini amp that I've got going through it. And it's just impressive. I run that Soldano amp with the Velton GP50 in the effects loop. And the Velton GP50, all I use on it is whatever chorus, whatever delay, whatever reverb, and whatever EQ if I choose to. And so I use it in the effects loop of that Soldano, and then I push the Soldano, which it really doesn't need it. But I push the Soldano with my Azor TS808 and TS9 tube screamer, and with the Soldano overdrive here. And sometimes with the Donner Blues driver, if I want a warmer kind of drive, you know, to play some kind of blues or something, I'll put that on there. But that it really doesn't need any help whatsoever. I've been working a lot with, I'm giving you guys updates real quick. Been working a lot with my laser engraver, and let me get it for you. Got some cool stuff coming with the Dream Cooperative guitar, and you guys are just awesome. I'm just going to say it. You guys are the. But you guys are just awesome. The stuff that y'all are sending for this guitar and everything that's showing up is just, it blows my mind. It really does. I mean, the things that, I mean, you Chris, the pickups that you sent, I mean, you didn't really have to do that, and I really do appreciate it. Well, thank you, Mr. Kramer. And oh yeah, I can make anything now. I'm telling you, this laser engraver is accurate to 0.001 millimeter. I mean, it's insane. But as a matter of fact, I did my logo, and this is, now granted, this is well, I've got it stuck to the wall. It's not going to come off. But anyway, I did my logo. I wood burned it. I've been doing a couple of those black aluminum business cards with people's names on them, practicing on that. But John had sent me the black anodized aluminum pick guard. So what I did was, of course, the second thing that was sent was the pickups. And those pickups are going to go in that guitar. But first, I talked with him about the guitar and the color scheme, and he wanted the pickups all cream color instead of black and cream. So I've got pickup covers coming in for those pickups that you sent, Chris. And it's going to be all cream. It's going to be the same pickups, but just with those covers on it. And I've got people have sent me straps. People have sent strings. Ted, Brant sending a little small Boss Katana Mini amp, because all that they sent with that, Stritch sent with that guitar, was this. And don't get me wrong, it's a great little round the fire pit, jamming little front porch, jamming little amplifier. But he said since he got that Spark 2, he would send me the Boss Katana Mini. So that's got that coming in. But for the black anodized aluminum plate on the front, I got a black anodized aluminum trim cover. And I'm going to get a black anodized aluminum neck plate if I can get one. And I'm going to, do the, well, you guys can see right here, the well, let me move this out of the way. I don't know if you guys can. This is my, this is at my Fourthwall store. This is my, this is my new work mat. You guys can't see all of it, but it's basically my logo, you know, on here. But on the neck plate, I want to do just this part, just the my logo here. And on the trim plate with the laser engraver, let me see, it's not going to do it well. Let me get a flashlight. Show you guys this. It turned out really cool. Right there. It's not going to, yeah, there it is. It's focusing now. But that is the Dream Cooperative logo. It's going to be on the neck plate or the trim cover of that guitar. And yeah, I know, Chris. I'm constantly, and if I feel something, it's got to be cleaned. That's it. If I feel something, you know, it has to be cleaned. And I'm the same way with the Diodario, but I've not cleaned it since I put this on top of it because it really hasn't needed it. But yeah, the laser engraver is really cool. So that is a huge plus, and you know that's going to be awesome. Well, Sparky, I'm going to tell you, man, they're not that expensive. I thought when John brought it up to me, I was talking to John. Everybody knows Smoke Eater Guitars. I was talking to him, and he was talking about that pick guard. He says, you know, I got some pick guards I want to send to you for that guitar. This is when the first video came out of that guitar, that stretch guitar, and he says, I'm going to send you a black anodized aluminum pick guard and a 1-ply plastic pick guard. And I told him, I said, would you already know I'm probably going to go with the anodized aluminum? And I said it would be cool because I used to engrave with a Dremel pen and diamond bits on stuff, you know. I said it'd be cool if I do that, but if you mess up, you mess up. You know, it's hard to hide it and everything. And he goes, well, it'd be cool if you got one of those laser engravers. Why don't you get one of those? I said, well, who's got $3,000? Because some of them go up way higher than that. And he goes, no, man, you can get some of those for really cheap. So I looked it up and ended up getting one that cost I think it was $115. And then I bought the app that went with it for an extra $20, which is pretty simple. It's a big learning curve. It really is. Trying to figure out how to position stuff and, you know, and everything. But it took me about a week, and I started creating certain things on it that turned out really good. And it'll etch into anything. It's a 7-watt laser. It'll cut a small little like 1/8 to 3/16 of an inch plywood, like the basswood plywood that you can get from your hardware store or from a Hobby Lobby or something like that. It'll cut in those. And then you can set the power, set the speed, and, you know, the perimeters of where you want it to burn, what you're burning on the perimeters. And when I done this, basically I just measured this from side to side and up and down, and there's a button that you can push that the laser will do a square over an area and show you where it's going to burn. And then I centered it up on that and just put it on there. And I've got another anodized aluminum black plate coming if the people that bid on the guitar and get it don't want this cover. They'll have another one to go on there, because you can buy these covers for like $8 to $10. So I'm sending an extra cover with it just in case. and an extra neck plate in case they don't want my logo on it. But I'm pretty sure that whoever gets it is probably going to leave, you know, a lot of that stuff. And I thought about doing the pick guard on it, but the pick guard looks just so cool by itself without any kind of engraving on it whatsoever. So I've really decided not to, but I know by the time it's over, I'm going to wind up putting something on that pick guard, even though I don't want to. But I guess that's up to Dr. Clofton and his wife whether or not they want something on there, you know. Let's see. I'm just not good with technology, but maybe I can figure it out. Your link posted anywhere for that engraver? Yes, I do. I think no, I don't, but I can send you a link for it. I'm not sure it's still $115. I don't think it was a sale price when I bought it, but make sure if you decide to get it that you get it with the app, because here's the problem with most of these engravers. Every one of them will recommend that you get a software called Lightburn. And Lightburn is really cool. I like Lightburn, but it's way too complex. You get a 30-day free trial, and then they charge you $100. And that, I mean, I paid that for the engraver, and then they pretty much want you to pay that again for the software. So I was like, nah, I don't think, because I did a little bit of research. But the one that I got, the Artaloom folding one, you can, when it's done, you can fold it up, put it in a bag, and take it wherever you go with the cell phone you got that's got the app on it, and do whatever, wherever. You can go to a friend's house if they want something etched into something. You can take it over, set it up on the table, and get the little plate that goes under it so it won't burn nothing through, you know, and, you know, just set it up. So, but the app is a whole lot less. Now, it's still a bit complicated, was for me. Like I said, it took me about a week to start figuring, you know, everything out on it, but the layout is a lot simpler. And I've done a portrait of my mother and my daughter on a piece of wood and burned it on a piece of wood and give it to her Sunday. And but yeah, it does everything. And I need to do a video on it, but I'm not going to do a video on it until I get everything that I need for the Dream Cooperative guitar. And I'm still waiting on the pickup covers from Music Lily, because Music Lily didn't have any in stock at Amazon. So I guess it's coming from their factory, and that's supposed to be here by this coming week. And once I get that, and I'm going to start assembling that guitar and putting everything together and getting it all set up and everything. I've probably about 2 more videos on that guitar, and then maybe do another video after that that has links to the auction and stuff. But on the video that where I start assembly, I'm going to put a time lapse of the laser engraver etching this out in that video, because I set up a time lapse to where it shows etching this and everything. And so it's going to be pretty cool. And now I'm kind of, the only thing that I found that I don't like is on surfaces that are, and you would think that like a back plate right now, this doesn't have one, but a neck plate right here that is shiny, like a glossy black, it won't burn into it. And it kind of, I don't know if it reflects or whatever. And so what I ended up having to do is getting some 1000 grit sandpaper and roughing it a little bit. And then you can do it, but you have to turn the temperature up on the laser beam, and you have to slow it down so it can cut, you know, down to the metal that's underneath. That's the only bad thing. I will definitely be watching your video on the engraver. I have bought a couple of custom engraved neck plates and I think paid $20 a piece for them. Yeah, and that's the thing, you know. Toestar sent me a Telecaster kit. I did a video on putting it together, posted it for tonight. Then they messaged me saying the Telecaster kit sold out fast, not to post my video until they restock. Yeah. See, I would like to do one of those Toestar kits, but I would like to, before, like once, I would like to sand that top, that quilted maple top, and then get the laser engraver and burn something around where the armrest, the forearm rest is, and then go back over and seal it and maybe do a light stain, something not that's not really got a lot of color to it, but a lighter kind of give it definition, I guess you could say. But I kind of would like to do that, or maybe just pickup covers, get some black pickup covers and, and do something on those or something like that. I don't know. But yeah, I've been thinking about, because the Toestar kits are the only thing with me is that I am no good at painting. I just cannot. I can paint, but the clear coat process just drives me nuts. I don't have the patience for it. So I would probably wind up staining and doing true oil on that, to doing like a grain filler and then stain and then doing true oil. But yeah. Yes, it is. As long as it's flat, I'm not really sure about if anything has an arch top or not. I'll tell you what, let me show it to you. It does, you can see it's right there. And that's what it is. And it'll fold up. Now, that's a camera laying next to it. That's not part of the engraver. That's just one of my extra cameras that I use. But it does probably, geez, I don't know. It comes out as long as that arm and as wide as those legs that are sticking out. That's where it goes to. But it's really cool though. I mean, I wouldn't say that you could do an entire guitar body, but I would say that you could do like a section of it. Like if you did something in the middle, or if you wanted to do something on the back or something like that, you could do it that way. But my thing with it is I'm thinking about like with the whole Toestar kits, like something like that. I would love to do something on the headstock of one of those guitars, just something to kind of, and then maybe something around on the body a little bit, and do that. That would be pretty cool, because it does a lot with when you do the wood burning process. It doesn't take, it takes, like back here, I think that took like 30 to 45 minutes, this little thing right here, and it's basically this logo but burned into that plywood, and it took about 30, 45 minutes, something like that. But I had the power up, and I had it slowed down just a little bit, because I wanted it to etch into the wood. So when you felt of it, you could feel the texture. Or you can do it fast and get it done in probably 20 minutes, and it just burns on top of the surface. It still feels smooth and everything. It just burns on top of the surface. I have to do a Tilly kit next, whatever that is. I love the Aclot Lorian kit. Yeah, me too. I mean, I didn't really use much of their hardware, but the neck and body are so good and comfortable. Yeah, I agree. Those were cool. Wait till you see what I'm going to do. It's a humbucker bridge P90 neck under a pickguard and single coil bridge. Oh, cool. That sounds, this Cheeto. Yeah, it's a 120. It just plugs into the wall. Actually, I think that It's one of those that it's like the little, well, it's about the size of what runs one of your pedals on a pedal board. That little jack that you plug into your pedal, it's something close to that size. I'm sure it's bigger because it needs more power. But yeah, I've got it plugged into a 110 outlet and it runs just fine. And everything. I've got a, I've not even got them out of the bag yet. I was hoping my buddy Alan, of course, you guys know who that is. He sends me guitars like crazy to work on, and I got a bunch of his guitars. I think I've got two more. One, two. I got two more of his guitars that I'm going to that I've got to fix up, and I'm waiting on parts for both of them. And Chris, you mentioned P90s. The one guitar he wanted the tortoiseshell. It's a butterscotch color paint job on the guitar, but he wanted the tortoiseshell pick guard and trim plate like this. But he wanted, it's a single coil. He wanted it cut out for P90s, but he's going to have to get the humbucker P90s instead of like the soap bar. And I can't, well, I've got that one locked into place, but the body's really good. I just don't like the headstock on that guitar. But I'm going to get him a couple of P90 humbucker size pickups to go in this one. And I think it's going to look really good. But he wants rid of the single coils and he just wants two P90 humbucker size ones put in there. So I'm going to run that by him, and I could route those out and put regular P90s in there, and that wouldn't be a problem. But I'm going to see first if he wants to do P90 just humbucker, because I think those will look a lot better in that guitar. I will, Sparky. As if I wasn't using my phone for a camera, I'd do it right now. But as soon as I'm done with this, and I'm about to be, but as soon as I'm done with this, I'll send you a link to that, and you can check it out. And go to YouTube and watch some reviews of it. Pay no attention to the light burn thing. Just with this particular laser engraver, you can get for an additional, I think, $20. I think altogether it was $150 tax and all, like 147, 148 tax and all for that laser engraver. And they send you the glasses because you can't really look right into the laser while it's cutting because it's, it can damage your eyesight. They send you glasses and you get a couple of sample pieces to use to burn on. But what I recommend is going out and getting like at Hobby Lobby, you can get those little square plywood pieces, getting those to try wood burning on. All woods are different, but I kind of want to practice a bunch before I actually, get to where I start doing guitar bodies and stuff. I know if you mess up, all you got to do is just sand it off and start over. But you don't want it the power up so high that you got big grooves, and you have to sand down a whole lot. You just want to burn the surface, So I've got those settings down, and what I did was, as soon as something was burning the way I liked, I would write the speed settings down, the power settings down. It took me a bit to figure out, but it is a handy tool. I'll tell you that. And you will see a video, and you won't have to wait a month, because once I do get those pickup covers, I am going to do that video. I'm going to be assembling that guitar, and I'm going to burn something in that video and show everybody how the app works and how the engraver works. So when I do that, that's going to be included. That little section is going to be in the video. And then of course, you know, Sparky, if you wind up with one and you end up having questions, you got my number, so you can call me. I'll help out the best I can. But it's not too bad at all. You just have to make sure to get that and get the little plate that goes under it for burning through thin stuff, so you don't burn whatever table you know that you're on or something. Or if you got a table like an old wood table or something just to practice on, you could set it up for that. But I'll do a video showing the process of getting it going, and you know that way it'll show you know what you got to do, because once it's set, I mean, you just get up and walk away. It just does its thing. But I did find out one thing: you don't want to try to etch into plastic pick guards and stuff in the house, because the whole house starts smelling like plastic if you turn that power up too much. I mean, it stinks. The wood part of it, not that bad. It doesn't do that bad unless you got the power setting way up there. Then it kind of you know. But if you grew up in a home with wood burning stove, you probably wouldn't even bother you. But I do have to find a way. I'm going to have to try and vent that out. But I'm sure you'll be doing it in your garage. You can just open your garage door. I'm in a room that's got one window and one door, so I got to figure out how I'm going to do that. Yeah, Cheeto, I think that uh, I think that I may do that. As a matter of fact, I do have one body. Alan give me a first act bass guitar, and it's gone. Somebody, uh, the neck is gone. The body and the electronics is good, but the neck's just toast. It's not worth even trying to work on. They stripped out the truss rod nut where you adjust the truss rod. You can't adjust it at all in any direction. I've tried and tried. It's just every time I've tried bigger sizes going in there, and I tried some, probably about an hour and a half, 2 hours one day to get that straightened out, and I figured out how to straighten it out and to get that neck, because it's like I always like to flatten them out at 0.000, you know, perfect flat, and then put about 0.005 to 6 relief in it. And that one had 0.038, I think. And I tried, and then about the time I figured, well, I know how I'm going to do this, I actually thought, you know what? I'm not keeping that neck no way. I'm just going to do, you know, get another bass neck and put on it. But I want to sand down that body and try on it, because it's just a gift guitar, you know, just try on it. So, yeah, yeah. As a matter of fact, let me show it to you real quick before I end the stream. Let's see. Now I've got the strings super loose on it. So, uh, but this is it. It is a first act. It's just a P bass. Got like a black metal flake paint job on it. Body's in really good shape, and everything, but that neck is it's got to go. Now these are loose, but when they're tight, like the action is terrible. Anything past about right here is going to just work you to death. So I'm thinking, and this is a short scale, and I'm thinking about getting a short scale bass neck and just replacing the neck and putting something else on it that will hopefully fit into that pocket. If not, I can shim it. But you know, he just gave it to me. He said he was going to sell it, but truthfully, I don't think you could sell it because it's not. I actually thought about actually thought about fixing it up and donating it until the whole truss rod thing. I found that out, and I was like, no, I can't give that to some kid that's looking to start playing bass. It's just going to make him not want to play bass. So I'm going to get another neck for it and then fix it up. And then once I do that, I'm going to probably end up donating it to a little kid because I already got 2 basses. I don't really need another one. But that one is just right now, it's on hold until I've been kind of scanning Marketplace looking for guitar parts. Hopefully there's run into I'm going to take that neck off, and if I run into a bass neck or something, when I go look at it, I'll just see how well it fits in the pocket. And if it works, it works. If it don't, then I may just go with something else. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, they are. And that's probably what I'll do if I don't find something for it on Marketplace within the next couple of weeks. I'll probably just wind up ordering a neck for it. I would like something a headstock that's bare because I could do that. Oh, the Dream Cooperative guitar. This neck right here, as a matter of fact, I've got the neck. Uh, I've got it done, and I put some Edorays because they're Edorays. This has about 15 coats of True Oil on it, put some Edorays on it, some roller string trees. But now I want to sand stretch off of here. And Chris Nelson picked a name for this guitar, and it's the name is Alora, and he says that's Bantu for My Beautiful Dream. And so what I'm going to do is sand this off right here and then put Alora on there, kind of arched, and then My Beautiful Dream under it because it's Dream Cooperative guitar. And other than that, I mean, it's done. The frets are done. Everything feels good. The fret ends are good, straight as an arrow. So all I've got to really do is start on the body and put this neck on it, and then I want to burn that with that laser engraver on that headstock there, and then probably go back over that again with more coats True Oil after I get done. Yeah, and the ESP logo is still holding on, brother. It's on my bass. It's staying good. There's I can't tell you how many times people has tried to buy that off of me. And I appreciate that too, because once you put that vinyl wrapping on the guitar, it's very, very hard to, I mean, most of the time, if you try to cut out for the logo and everything, it's hard to do. But just sticking one on top of it, I thought that was pretty cool. So yeah, but I still play that thing. It plays like a dream. That's the one I've thought about getting rid of and didn't. I've listed this amp on Marketplace, this Fender Ultimate Course here. I've listed that. I was going to list that bass, and then I took it down and played it one day, and I was like, nah, I'm not getting rid of that. So, but I hardly ever play this Fender amp. So I'm just like, forget it. I'm looking for a 212 cab for my Soldano is what I'm looking for. I mean, I can run the Soldano through the 412 carbon cab, and everything does really good. But I think that if I had a 212 cab, that I wouldn't have to EQ so much to take that bassy sound out of it, because the carbon cab is most of the time you have to bring your mids way up and knock your bass way down to get that low end muddiness out of it. And it's a closed back, but the back of it's not all that great. I need to go through and put some new. They got some. It's weather stripping, but it's a closed cell, really dense weather stripping that you can use around your doors and stuff like that. And I want to take the back off of the carbon cab and put that around it and then put it back on there so that maybe that'll take, some of the wonginess out of it, I guess you could say, because I have to, and all the EQ settings on the carbon have stayed the same forever. But when I hook the Soldano up through the carbon, I've had to EQ the time out of that Soldano to get it to sound good through the carbon. It pushes it and it's loud. I mean, really loud, but still, Yeah, and I know and I should have done that. I used a knife on mine. I would never do that to a very expensive guitar. Use a hobby knife to trim, but I did use it on that one, and I'm going with the wire the next time. That's I've looked into that several times, but I've never done it. I've always been like, well, I'll just use a hobby knife, and I've done okay with a hobby knife. I'm not damaged anything yet, but there's always that first time. So, but guys, I guess I'm going to cut it right here. We've been live for 2 hours and 15 minutes. I just wanted to come in and show you guys all of the cool stuff going on with Headrush. Yeah, $7, man. That's worth that. I would rather pay $7 and not have to worry with it. But anyway, I appreciate all of you. Oh, sorry, Steve. I'm just about to shut it down, brother. I've been live for 2 hours and 15 minutes. But I'm about to shut it down. I've got to go grab me a bite of lunch. Us diabetics, we got to eat when we're supposed to, or we're going to wind up waking up in the hospital wondering what happened. So, but I wanted to come in and show you guys well, my mic's about to fall off my head, and show you guys the whole Headrush thing and everything. And Sparky, I will send you that link just as soon as I get off of here, so that you can check those out. I think you'll like them as much stuff as you do. Very cool, man. Got to run. Thanks for the hang. Been a good time. Appreciate you, Casey. Hey, Cheeto, I appreciate you, brother. A whole lot more than you know. All of yous. Chris, Sparky, Steve, guys are awesome. Everybody that come in here is awesome. But like I said, that's all I got for now. I appreciate yous. Later.